My name is Lorene Sandiur. I'm from Kokomo, Indiana, and this is my husband, Gary. I'm 48 years old, and I'm training to qualify for the Boston Marathon. I run between 5 and 6 days a week. I did a lot of cross training in the summertime, swimming, and you just work up your mileage. You don't all of a sudden decide you're going to run 18 miles one day. You work up your mileage little by little so that you don't risk injury. To avoid injury at the age of 48 is a definite feat. I've been running ever since I was 19 years old. Gary had challenged me to try to run Boston. We got married June 16th, 1973. That car is the car that we got when we went out on our first date. He was 19 when we first started dating. Yeah, I said, boy, that's a pretty GTO, and Gary liked the looks of it too. He played the classical guitar. He was a private pilot, and he made several of the pieces of furniture in our home. A wonderful husband. He was so dedicated to family. I mean, he was an outstanding, just a good father. He was smoking just when he wanted to look cool. He worked up to a little bit over 3 packs a day. He said that he was going to quit smoking when he turned 50, and he would get back to a healthy lifestyle. He thought that if he was in any kind of danger, that he would have symptoms. Never had any symptoms up until he started getting headaches a few weeks before he was diagnosed. It's like a time bomb when it's going to hit, and it hits everyone. The day before his 50th birthday, he got a phone call letting him know that he had a terminal brain tumor, and this was a result of a spread from the lungs. He had lung cancer that had metastasized to the brain. Smoking can kill you, and in the process, it has such a big impact on the loved ones. I run 2 places. One is the trail that Gary and I went on together that day before he went into the hospital, and the other is a cemetery. I run at the cemetery a lot. He was in his wheelchair, and he liked to get outside, so I asked him if he would want to go for a little walk, and he really wanted to, and the brain tumor rendered his balance. Well, he was pretty shaky on his feet. I asked him if he wanted to head down to this UCT park, and he said, well, why don't you just show me the course that it's my favorite course to run. The whole time we just were talking. It's almost like we went through the years together, and we didn't know that it was going to be our last time to really share like that, because the next morning when he woke up, the brain tumors had just taken their toll, and he wasn't able to really communicate. It was truly the best evening we spent together, because you talk about feeling like one. I mean, it was, we were. That was the best date we ever had. He lived for 19 months, and he passed away May 31st, 2002. He died of cancer from smoking cigarettes. Gary never would have smoked if he had, or he definitely would have quit if he had known that he was going to die at the age of 51. He received catalogs in the mail about the different items that you could get if you collected from the back of the cigarette package. 6 jackets, Swiss Army knife, and a lighter. In fact, he had said when he quit smoking, he would wear those jogging outfits to get healthy again. Never actually wore any of them. In fact, when he did, he was going to take all the words off of it. You know, he didn't want to be advertising for tobacco companies. I just saw so much the irony in these catalogs. It made smoking look like something part of a healthy lifestyle. You know, jogging suits and smoking. I mean, that doesn't go together. When he received them, he would write on them, and he would say, I've got lung cancer. I won't even be able to use these things. He had done a video through the local smoking cessation group here in town, and he told them that he would help them any way he could, you know, speaking, talking to kids, how they don't think it's going to happen to them. And he didn't get to finish that video, and I guess the little girl who made the video here showed it to some people in Indianapolis, and then I got a phone call a few weeks after he passed away asking me if I would finish what he had started, and that's what I'm doing. When I'm out there running on that trail where I was pushing Gary before, I feel like he's pushing me. So when I'm at Boston and I'm meeting that proverbial wall, I know he'll help me break through it. I didn't quit believing until after he took his last breath. Through it all, he thought of himself last. He finished the race strong, and I want to finish my race strong.
We think a lot about it can't happen to me, and that is the biggest wrong. I'm telling you, my life's about to end and I'm only 50 years old. All the things I worked my life for to do when I retire don't matter. They don't matter at all. You right now have a choice, and that is either to smoke or not smoke. To smoke and die early, or not smoke and live a rich, fulfilling life that God wants you to do.